Hey YouTube, Burbbilly here. So the good folks at Bestek reached out to me and asked me if I would do a review of one of their products. I said, you know what, I'll do a review for you, but I want to do it on that 2,000 watt power inverter you have. And they agreed. They said, we'll do that, and you're going to do some videos for us where we'll sponsor the videos, and we're going to possibly do some giveaways. So I was like, great, because that works for me and that works for you, because if they're doing giveaways, you have a chance to win something. That's a win-win for everybody. So I agreed to this. So I've got this 2,000 watt power inverter, and I want to put it through some of its paces. And I thought, what better thing to do with a 2,000 watt power inverter than make some toast. So I'm going to make some toast in the engine compartment of my 2008 Nissan Hoopty. Right, so I've done a couple things. I've got an adapter in here that allows me to measure the amps because I want to see how much draw I'm putting on this inverter. I've got a true RMS voltmeter here that'll help me check voltages. You want to use true RMS in these inverters or it gets screwy. You don't get a correct reading sometimes. And I've got a toaster oven here which is going to pull some monster amps. When I turn this on, you're going to see this amp meter just light right up. Alright, so let's do a voltage check. I'm going to bring the camera in close and we'll take a look at it and see what this thing is putting out voltage wise. And then we're going to turn the toaster oven on and put some draw on it and see what that does. 119.2. Good. That'll do it. Now we're going to switch this over to amps. And we're going to turn the toaster oven on. So right away we started pulling 12 amps. You can hear the motor drop down a little bit. I would not run one of these off the car battery without having the motor running. So we're going to shut it off. And let's make some toast. That's what it's pulling right now, about 11.5 amps. Alright, we're going to look in here. I don't know if you can see it, but the toaster element is glowing red. And we're starting to get toast going. Going in to do a check. And we've got dark toast going. Actually starting to burn, so let's shut this bad boy off. So this is reading my toast at about 145 degrees. And we're reading our inverter at about 97 degrees. Battery temperature is showing at about 117. Engine temp is showing around 150. Alright, before we start the review, I just want to do a quick, simple explanation of how an inverter works. The inverter has inputs on the back of it. And these inputs are set up for a DC voltage, which is what batteries are. So direct current voltage. If you were able to see direct current, it would be running in like a straight line. It takes the direct current and converts it into AC or alternating current, which is what most tools and equipment that we use runs on. Alternating current goes up and down if you were able to see it. It alternates back and forth. That's why it's called alternating current. This piece of equipment here allows you to take your car battery or a marine deep cell battery and take that 12 volts DC power coming out of there and convert it into usable 120 volts AC power that you can run household items and appliances on. It runs much quieter than a generator and it's much cheaper than a generator. The difference between this and a generator is this needs a power source. It needs a DC 12 volt power source, whereas a generator creates its own power from the fuel it runs on. Alright, now to the review. Alright, so I just want to talk a little bit about the unit itself and go over some of the features of it. This is from the manufacturer. It has built-in temperature protection, low voltage protection, high voltage protection, overload protection, short circuit protection, and current protection. The unit itself is built to dissipate heat. It has a high-speed cooling fan in the back, and then all this, the actual design of the unit, the fins, are designed to help it dissipate heat and keep the unit cool when operating. They claim the unit is rugged, and so far I have to agree with that. When it came, the box was badly damaged. The fin here on the side is smashed over, so this thing took a hit before I got it. And I was a little worried about that. I plugged it in right away to just make sure it was working, and it's been working fine since the day I got it. I haven't had any problems. From my personal experience, this thing can take a hit and still keep on going. So the unit comes with 3 outlets on it. You just want to make sure that whatever you plug in here doesn't total more than the 2,000 watt load. So you look at the watts that are on the items you're plugging in and make sure they don't total more than 2,000. One thing to remember when you're plugging things into this is that motors, when they start up, and items when they start up, tend to have a surge as they begin to turn on. You saw it with even the toaster oven. It went up to over 12 amps and then dropped back down to 11.5. And that's a toaster oven with no moving parts. So you'll see that with motors, they'll surge up and come down. To compensate for that, this does have a max output of 2,300 watts and a peak of 4,600 watts. I wouldn't want to take this up to the peak, but what that's doing is if it bounces up high when a motor turns on and then comes back down, you should be okay. If it bounces up a little bit and then comes back down, so if it goes over 2,000 and then drops back down, you're okay. You just don't want to run a maintained load above 2,000 watts on this. Alright, getting back to the front of the unit, you've got the 3 power outlets here. You've got an on-off switch, and you've got an LED indicator light. The LED light glows green for power, and if it glows red, you've got a problem. It's for fault. The top of it, as you see me using, has a convenient carry handle. The back of it has a bank of 50 amp fuses. There's 6 here. It also has 2 hookups for your input power. The reason why they have 2 here is so that you can hook up multiple batteries to it, but I myself did not test that out. So they do give you 2 sets of alligator clamps. You've probably noticed that these leads are short. You got about, I'm guessing, about 2 feet. That means that you're going to be putting this unit very close to a battery. So if you're running it in your car, you're going to be running it in the engine compartment like I was with my toaster oven. When you're operating the unit, try to keep this thing out of direct sunlight. The reason why is if you're running this unit in direct sunlight, that's going to just increase the heat on the unit. You could run into an overheat situation. Alright, well, before I close out the video, I just want to let you know I wasn't paid anything to do this review. I was sent the item for free. But if you watch enough of my videos, you'll know that I give you my honest opinion on it. So if I don't like something, I will tell you I don't like it. In this case, there's nothing that I don't like about this setup. I wanted something that I could run a coffee maker on, or something that drew some big amps like 15 amps, and this unit will do it. Bestek has been around for a long time. I want to say they started in 2007, if I remember right. This is not my first Bestek review. I believe this is my 3rd item with them, and every one I've been impressed with. Bang for the buck, I feel you're getting a superior quality product. If you're in the market for an inverter and you're debating between a name brand, higher cost inverter and this to have on your boat or in an RV or to take camping, I wouldn't shy away from these guys. They offer an 18-month warranty, and if you're offering an 18-month warranty, you're serious about backing your product. So that said, I want to thank you for watching.